Hello all, welcome to Endpoint Central. CIS benchmarks provide a widely recognized security baseline for Linux endpoints. They define recommended settings for areas like packages, file permissions, user accounts, password policies, kernel parameters, services, and more. But in real-world environments, Linux security baselines are not always one-size-fits-all. Different organizations may use different Linux distributions, package managers, services, and configuration standards. Some teams may want to check whether required software packages are installed. Some may want to make sure critical configuration files are protected properly. Some may need to verify whether important system settings, services, or password policies match their internal standards. This is why compliance customization becomes important. Instead of applying a default compliance policy as is, admins need a way to customize the policy, define their own rules, import existing CIS rules, modify checks, and publish a policy that reflects their organization's actual Linux security requirements. With compliance customization in Endpoint Central, admins can create custom compliance policies for Linux endpoints, add custom rules, configure multiple checks under a rule, import existing rules from other policies, organize rules into subgroups, and use the final policy for compliance audits, or that's a way. In this video, we'll see how to customize a compliance policy for Linux endpoints. To get started, go to Threats and Patches. Under Threats, go to Compliance, and then open Policy Templates. Here, click Create Custom Policy. Now select the operating system for which you want to customize the policy. Since we are creating a policy for Linux endpoints, select Linux. Once Linux is selected, Endpoint Central gives you two options. You can create custom rules from scratch or import rules from existing policies and customize them. Creating custom rules is useful when you want to define your own compliance conditions. Importing rules is useful when you want to start with existing CIS rules and modify only the required checks. For this walkthrough, let's create a custom rule from scratch. Click Create Custom Rules. Here, select the required OS or software identifier. This is an important step because the selected identifier determines where the rule can be accurately evaluated. Make sure this identifier matches the Linux endpoints where the policy will be applied. If the OS or software identifier does not match, the compliance audit can still run, but the rule may be marked as not applicable. Next, enter a rule group name. For example, enter Linux Security Baseline Custom, then add a short summary, such as Custom Linux Compliance Rules for Package Validation, File Permissions, System Services, and Password Policy Requirements. Click Save. Now, open the custom policy to view the policy breakdown. The policy breakdown view is where you manage the structure of your custom compliance policy. From here, you can create subgroups, import rules, add new rules, edit rules, move rules, or delete rules based on your requirement. To add a new rule, click Action and then select Add Rule. For this example, let's create a rule to validate a critical Linux configuration file. Enter the rule name as ensure SSH configuration file has secure permissions. Now, expand Show Additional Information. This section lets you add more context to the rule. In the Summary tab, mention that this rule checks whether the SSH configuration file exists and has the expected ownership and permission settings. In the Rationale tab, mention that incorrect permissions on SSH configuration files can expose sensitive settings or allow unauthorized modifications. In the How to Fix tab, mention that admins can update the file ownership and permissions according to the organization's Linux security baseline. Now, move to the Check Configuration. Here, select the Rule category. Rule categories define the type of Linux setting that the compliance check should evaluate. For Linux endpoints, Endpoint Central supports multiple rule categories that help admins validate different parts of the system. For this video, we'll call out 10 important Linux rule categories that admins commonly customize. These include DEB package existence, RPM package existence, file properties information, text file content, partition information, kernel parameters information, AppArmor status information, user information, systemd unit property information, and password policy information. Endpoint Central also supports script information, where admins can use the list of CIS-provided scripts and customize the value that the script evaluates on the machine. For this walkthrough, select File Properties Information. This category is useful when you want to validate whether a sensitive file exists and whether it is protected properly. For example, to validate the SSH configuration file, enter the path as /etc/ssh. Then enter the file name as sshd_config. Next, select how the file path and file name should be matched. For example, you can use equals when you want the scan to match the exact path and file name. Now, configure the search direction. If you want the scan to search only within the exact specified path, select None. Then, configure the existence check. For example, select Only One Exists if the file should exist only once in the specified location. After that, configure the ownership and permission settings. For many critical Linux configuration files, the expected owner is usually the root user. You can also configure the expected group and permission values based on your organization's security baseline. Ensure that sensitive Linux configuration files are present and protected with the right ownership and permission settings. Now, let's add another check under the same rule. A single rule can include more than one check. For example, apart from checking the file permissions, you may also want to validate whether the SSH configuration file contains a secure setting. To do this, click Add New Check. Now select Text File Content as the rule category. This category is used to validate whether specific text or patterns exist inside a Linux file. For example, you can configure the check to look for the setting, permit, root login, no inside the sshd config file. Enter the path as /etc/ssh. Enter the file name as sshd_config. Then enter the expected text value such as permit root login nano. This check helps validate whether root login is disabled in the SSH configuration file, based on your organization's compliance requirement. When multiple checks are added, use the criteria pattern to define how the checks should be evaluated together. For example, if both the file permission check and the text content check must pass, configure the criteria pattern accordingly. Endpoint Central supports up to 50 checks under a single rule, so admins can create detailed compliance logic when needed. Once the checks and criteria pattern are configured, click Save Rule. Your custom Linux compliance rule is now created. Now, let's quickly look at how the other Linux rule categories can be used. If you want to check whether required software is installed, you can use package-based checks like DEB package existence or RPM package existence. If you want to validate disk and mount settings, you can use partition information. If you want to validate core system behavior, you can use kernel parameters information. If you want to check whether additional Linux security controls are active, you can use AppArmor status information. If you want to validate user account details, you can use user information. If you want to check service properties and states, you can use system unit property information. And if you want to validate Linux password and account lockout requirements, you can use password policy information. So instead of creating a generic check, admins can choose the right rule category based on the type of Linux setting they want to audit. Now let's look at another important part of compliance customization: importing existing rules. Admins may not always want to build every rule from scratch. In many cases, they may want to start with existing CIS rules and customize them. To import rules, go back to the Policy Breakdown view. Click Action and then select Import Rule. Select the required rule group or policy and import the existing rules into your custom policy. Once imported, the rules will appear in the Policy Breakdown view. You can then edit the imported rules and customize the available rule category fields. If you want to modify all available fields within a check, click Edit All Fields. This gives you more control over the imported rule configuration. Again, while importing or customizing rules, make sure the OS or software identifier matches the target Linux endpoints. If there is a mismatch, the compliance audit will still be performed, but the rule may be marked as not applicable. As your custom policy grows, you can organize rules using subgroups. From the Action menu, click Create Subgroup. Under each rule group or policy, you can configure up to 1,000 rules. Once all the required rules and checks are configured, you can save the policy. Click Save as Draft if you want to continue editing the policy later. Click Save and Publish when the policy is ready to be used for compliance audits. After publishing, the custom policy will appear in the Policy Templates section. You can then use this policy to create policy groups and scan the rules against target Linux computers. This helps you assess whether your Linux endpoints are aligned with your organization's compliance requirements. And that's how compliance customization works for Linux endpoints in Endpoint Central. Thank you for watching.